Good day. I arrived in Iraq, well, in Kurdistan yesterday, and I'm going to the hardware store, as always, to buy some tools. I'll give you my impressions. So far, drove around town for a bit. Everything is very well organized, well done, very clean. The traffic conditions are a lot better than in Turkey, especially since the traffic regulations are nicer. Like many intersections are built in a way that you can't even, break the traffic laws. So it's just more smartly built. The roads are nice. Traffic lights everywhere. Still a lot of speed bumps, unfortunately. And lots of nice new cars. There are some enormous, I've never seen them before, Land Cruisers, right? Gigantic things. And just now I was sitting with an app. You can look for everything and you can check out the routes. But there is no navigation, right? So you can only preview the route, but you can't use it while driving. So I'm using Maps.me, which is, I don't know. I mean, it looks nice, the navigation works fine, but it doesn't really work, right? So any address I find on Google Maps, I can't get it into Maps.me. There's just no way. Like, I can use the coordinates, I can use the name, I can look for the streets, I can look for all kinds of different denominations for addresses, whatever they might have, and Maps.me doesn't find shit. So it's really annoying. And I'm actually kind of stumped. Those people are like, give us some money for a map, and I have the full map, and still the interface, like I'm putting in literal coordinates, like numbers, and Maps.me is like, what's that? I've never seen that before in my life. Dude, you're like a fucking map app. You should know what coordinates are. Really, really sad, There seems to be not a lot of smart stuff behind the search results, the way they are presented. And also, one thing I found here that is kind of funny is that there are no lane demarcations, right? So, you see the street, it's a one-way street, and there's space for like 4 or 5 cars, and there's no lanes, right? So everybody's just like, where am I going? I don't know. Doesn't seem very safe to me, but not like I know a lot about anything. So the weather looks kind of nice. However, the heat is quite oppressive. Like we're at already like 37 degrees, and it's not even noon. It's like 10:30, 11 or whatever. But as you can see, everything is quite well organized and orderly. One thing that was also very pleasant was the e-visa application, right? Yesterday I turned up at the border and I didn't have a visa, and most other places would look at me and were like, what the fuck do you want here? And the Kurdish guys were like, sure, just go onto this homepage, apply for an e-visa, pay for it. 10 minutes later I'd done that, and they were like, alright, here's your stamp. I still had to visit like a couple of other government offices to get the insurance for my motorcycle. So the visa was like $17 for a month, and the insurance for the motorcycle was $35. The visa, obviously, you pay online with your credit card. The insurance I had to pay in cash. They only accepted dollars, not euros, not Turkish lira. But there is a bank there which is open, which changes money and insure. The exchange rate is not the best in the world, but for $35, like I exchanged 50 euros. So in the end, if I got 45 euros worth out of it or not, those 5 euros are not gonna kill me, and especially since I had no other choice, right? There's very little information, like I joined a couple of WhatsApp groups for overlanding, blah blah blah, and so I only have the visa for Kurdistan. I can stay for a month in the Kurdish region of Iraq, but I can't go to the other regions, which means I will unfortunately miss Baghdad. I tried to get the regular Iraqi visa, but the homepage was just an absolute mess. Not the Kurdish one, the official Iraqi one. So I did a video trying that since I don't have the time anyway, right? I want to go to Iran and Georgia soon, so that's basically like a maximum. What is this? Where do I need to go? I fucking hate Maps.me. It's like a shit app. Carpet store, gas bottles. I think I'm nearing the hardware store area. Yeah, so I'm not going to stay for long anyway, and it is during the day still oppressively hot. So I'm sad that I'll miss Baghdad, right? But if it's like 46 degrees in Baghdad traffic on the bike, I don't know if I want to do that. Well, I know that I don't want to do that, right? I'd love to drive around Baghdad, or maybe when it's another time. It's not going to go anywhere. It's been there for, what, 7,000 years? It's going to stay there a couple of years more, I hope. Alright, this is looking very hardware store-ish. Just saw a shop selling rakes and gardening tools, which means we're closing in on regular tools, I hope. AC units, wheelbarrows. I think we'll find something here.